Right, let's do some news. And President Akufo-Addo is warning he will not countenance laziness and unprofessional attitude from civil servants posted to the 6 newly created regions. The local government service has deployed staff to oversee administration of the regions. And President Akufo-Addo, who is touring the OT region, wants diligence from these staff. Addressing a Durbar of chiefs and people of Jasikan, the president said government will speed up development projects in the regions.
They have a big responsibility. They're coming to be the foundation of a new region. We need extra diligence, extra commitment from them. And I want them to know that my eye is going to be on them to watch out that they do the work properly. Said everybody, the slum, yeah, what was that? Yeah, and said that we, Mama Sonte.
Now, not far from here, in Nima and Mamubi, there have been mixed reactions to news that the 2 areas are to be redeveloped. While some residents appear to welcome the plan, there are others who are very skeptical about the feasibility of the intended exercise. JoyNews' Komla Adum reports the residents are demanding details of the redevelopment plan.
A slum of hopeful dwellers. Tens of thousands of people squeezed together in one of Accra's most popular and haphazardly planned settlements. Many houses here do not have toilets, and so many residents use public toilets and shared bathrooms. But according to the Ministry of Works and Housing, the story of Nima will soon change. Nima is expected to be regenerated and redesigned into a modern settlement. On a compound with as many as 12 tenants here in the center of the slum, there's very minimal activity. Some tenants are preparing the evening's meal. Madame Yakubu is owner of this property. She says the decision to redevelop the slum is welcome, though she has some questions.
It's a very good idea, all right, but how is the government going to do all these things? That's my question. They have to talk to the owners and then find a solution to it.
Okay.
Because they have to balance it. The government must come in and then they also have to sacrifice.
She's one of many residents and property owners here who are asking for a clear, drawn-out plan so they are not disadvantaged.
Most of the time they will say this and then at the end of the day, you are supposed to pay something again. Meanwhile, you own your own property without any problem. And then they say they are coming to help you at the end of the day. If you don't have money to pay, then that is it for you.
Mohammed lives in this family house handed down to them by their great-grandparents. He and Abdul are skeptical about the feasibility of this project.
To move people from here to another place to be difficult for Nima here.
Why would it be difficult?
Because we have been living here for these whole years. So I don't think it will be possible.
We wake up here, come see our grandfathers. They are the people who are living here, and they have born our mothers, they are born us. So that's the same environment we are living in. So as if they can do, it will be better. We also will like it, but I don't think maybe it will be possible they can do it.
They know the settlements are improperly planned with pathways leading into and out of homes, as well as poor drainage in some parts. But they want more education to be able to get the consent of residents and homeowners here. Otherwise, they will be forced to resist the idea.
I think they should be educated on it. They should know more, that they just want to develop their community. They should be aware and know the rules attached to it. That's it.
In no time, this area, including the shanty settlements, will be pulled down with the hope of erecting a new settlement, one befitting of a community and a people. But will the people here give their blessings? Only time will tell. Komla Adum, JoyNews, Nima.
Right, let's stop by the Ashanti region next, where a lack of space is compelling authorities at Komfanochi Teaching Hospital to discharge mental patients earlier than required. It comes on the back of a stalled government subvention for mental health patients for the past 7 years. Now, head of the psychiatric unit, Dr. Ruth Usuenchi, reveals 11 beds in the wards are woefully inadequate to guarantee good service delivery.
The Kofonoche Psychiatric Treatment Center is the only referral center for the northern zone, from Ashanti to the northern regions. Since its establishment 37 years ago, the facility has seen no expansion, as echoes Dr. Usuenchi.
The psychiatric unit in Kofonoche serves as the only specialist psychiatric center for Ashanti region, Brona-Ahafo, northern region, and some of the border towns, Côte d'Ivoire, etc. We see patients from all over. Meanwhile, we have just 11-bed ward, which is very terrible. And because of that, the patient turnout is very fast. Sometimes, before people fully recover, we have to send them home, just so that the bed can be available. If you go into a ward, where to even keep our folders, where to keep patients, where to keep staff, it's a big challenge.
Dr. Usuenchi believes listing mental health on the National Health Insurance Scheme will be crucial in addressing some of the challenges.
Because of the free policy, most patients or even mental health care is not enlisted on the National Health Insurance. So it means that health insurance too does not apply as far as mental health is concerned. So patients are paying out of their pockets, making it really difficult for them to sustain their mental health care. We hope that by and by, mental health will be at least listed on the health insurance, and then the support the government is supposed to give us will come in a very obvious way for everybody to see that we are really being supported, like they do for malaria, they do for HIV, they do for other conditions. Mental health is also essential.
Meanwhile, the International Central Gospel Church's Trinity Temple in Kumasi has adopted the unit. Head pastor Reverend John Abubedu led the congregation to renovate the facility and donate assorted items.
As a church, we are supposed to continue with the work of Jesus. He has committed that work into our hands. And if you read through the scriptures, you realize that Jesus Christ did not only see to the spiritual well-being of people, but also the physical well-being as well, and the soulish well-being. I mean, spirit, soul, body. And the soul is also made.
Reporting for JoyNews, Kwesi Deborah.
Reverend John Abubedu there. Now, Opokuwari Basic School has emerged champions of the maiden edition of Our Ladies of Grace Senior High School Practical Science Fair. They beat 11 other schools in Ashanti region in a fierce contest in Kumasi. Kwesi Deborah was there. Here he is again.
Each school, comprising a team of 5 students, gave a PowerPoint presentation on scientific principle or theory of a chosen topic. It was followed by a practical demonstration of a theory to produce everyday problem-solving results. They use real chemicals, apparatus, scientific processes and principles, leveraging creativity and team spirit. Opokuwari Basic started with testing of soil drainage to establish suitable soil for cultivation of orange flesh sweet potato. Exhaustive explanation of scientific processes for manufacture of potato yogurt dubbed Potagot was a shine of the competition. Prempe Basic B came up with a remote-controlled car with impeccable maneuvering skills to pick second position. Himaya Methodist model stunned participants with Yenso carrier bag with solar-powered light and Thun charging port. It has the potential to address intermittent power cuts and attendant inconveniences. Water level detector by Prempe Basic C and Frobo International School's thief detector, among others, received high commendation. Other participating schools are Ultimatum JHS, Immaculate Heart of Mary, St. Louis Jubilee, Prempe Basic A, Roman Catholic JHS, Family First School and Royal Christian Academy. Headmaster of Our Lady of Grace Senior High School, Stephen Anoche, believes Ghana needs practical science to develop.
People label countries advanced countries, medium developed countries, underdeveloped countries, third world countries. I know Ghana, we want to call ourselves a medium developed country, but we are nowhere near the advanced countries. where they use practical science to solve their national problems. And this is what we want to at least start from Ghana. We have studied science for long, yet we still are in the doldrums. We don't know where we are going.
Local manager Father Sylvester Frimpong charged stakeholders in the educational sector to consider other competences. He says the educational sector, which explores ingenuity, creativity, problem-solving approach to learning and teamwork, is required to turn the country's fortune around.
Students now need to look at ingenuity and creativity. How creative and ingenious are our students? We have to look at problem-solving approach to learning, where students are to be taught on how to identify problems in our society and design scientific approaches to solving those problems.
Some of the participants spoke with JoyNews.
I have learned that in Ghana we have so many things in this country, so we must help to bring out those things.
I've learned to use local materials to make a project.
It taught me how best we could use science to solve problems of today.
Reporting for JoyNews, Kwesi Deborah.
Now, have you ever wondered where the beef, the chevron or the mutton that ends up on your dining table comes from? Yeah, there are a few sources, but the Upper East town of Bawku has over the years earned a reputation as the center for the livestock trade. So what role do residents play in the value chain? JoyNews' Mahmoud Mohammed Nuruddin traveled to Bawku to find out.
Until recently, Bawku has for many years carried a negative tag of a conflict zone. Unknown to many people, Bawku hosts arguably the biggest livestock market in Ghana. Cattle, sheep and goats bound for Accra, Kumasi, Tamale and other parts of the country. Bawku's closeness to the border with Ghana's neighbors offers a strategic advantage. It takes a few hours to import animals from Burkina Faso. Some vehicles carry as many as 40 animals at a go.
On a good day, we could load about 10 vehicles, but on a bad day, we get 8 or 7. We charge 5 cedis for each animal.
Lorry station porters, referred to as loading boys, risk their lives to get these cattle to various parts of the country. Many of them have at one time or the other been injured by the animals.
Some of our guys have been injured by the animals. It is only until recently that the construction of the structure reduced the number of injuries.
Bashiru Agubag is a cattle dealer.
You need to get someone on the vehicle to monitor the condition of the animals until they get to their final destination.
Every 3 days, if we don't get in at all, we're expecting about 3,000, 4,000 cows in the markets, which sometimes we take some to other different parts of the country. That is the Kumasi, Accra, Takoradi, Tema, and even Tamale.
Some 20 years ago, every activity, including loading of animals onto vehicles, was done by physical strength until the construction of this facility recently. Livestock trade in Bawku has been hampered by persistent depreciation of the Ghana cedi as against the CFA franc, with implication on profit margins for farmers and middlemen. Businessmen are, however, undeterred from the usual importation from Burkina Faso.
We are now running to Eid al-Fitr. The prices are gone up to Christmas, up to Easter, and then from Easter it ends. Because from Christmas we go to New Year and then to Easter, and then that's when the prices now start falling down. But as as I carried there, as I'm speaking to you, the prices of these animals are going very high. And then aside, the price of these animals goes very high because of the foreign exchange rates. Prices are ranged from 4,000 up to 7,000, 8,000, 9,000.
Cattle trade and Bawku's proximity to Burkina Faso and Togo provide revenue boosts for the municipality. It, however, remains largely undeveloped, evident by poor roads. Residents are never excited about the situation.
As far as the road issues are concerned, is that all has to do with neglect. So I am calling on all politicians, if your government is on power, whatever good work the previous government has done, try to continue.
Until these roads are constructed, residents will continue to endure the discomfort with the attendant health implication. Mahmoud Mohammed Nuruddin for JoyNews.
Bawku and the beef breeders there are making their voices heard, and an important voice theirs is too. All right, well, so much more coming up on the AM show. We're going to talk about security here in Ghana, among other things, but it won't begin until after this break.